Welcome, welcome, welcome.
What's going on, everybody?
How's it going?
We're back.
We are back.
On the
Number
Adult Dick Podcast.
4.
Yeah.
Number 4.
We're 4 in.
I feel like the more and more we do, I feel like I'm going to do that every week. Like, oh, number 25. Like, just because, I don't know, I feel like I've stopped and started a lot of stuff throughout my life. So, like, continuously seeing episodes, it's like, all right, cool. Like, we're here. Yeah. We're doing this.
Staying consistent is it's a good thing, you know. And it shows that this is something you really want to do.
Right?
You keep coming back to it. You keep trying to make things better.
Yes.
Keep finding new things to
talk about. Yeah. Honestly, like that's it. You gotta keep finding new stuff to talk about. Keep finding new ways to not be interesting, but
something that you really, you got something to say about.
Right.
Because if you really ain't got something to say, you're just reading off facts at the end of the day.
I was saying, you just mumbling along.
Yeah, people can tell when you're enthused, excited about something that's in your voice.
I like to think so. How have you been feeling since the last time the people have seen us?
Me? I think I've been good.
Yeah.
Not much phases me. We're living our own adult life, so we ain't got to answer to anybody. We ain't got to wake up on no specific times,
I mean, we got to wake up to go to work or log into work.
But that's really just making sure your computer starts up and you send that I'm online message before 8.
No, but really though, like
other than that, I'm rolling out of bed at 7:50.
I feel like my daily schedule hasn't changed too much because it's like even when I would get to work, turn on my computer, and then go make breakfast. Yeah. And now it's like I'm home, get up, turn on my computer, send my email that I'm logged in, and then go make breakfast. It's the same.
Right. It's the same for me. You log on, you send that good morning, I'm online, then I go take my morning poop. I brush my teeth, wash my face, and then I start working.
Then you start working. And by that point, it's like 9 o'clock.
9 o'clock, time for my 9 o'clock meeting.
Cool. I don't know, man. It's been another week.
Yeah. If there's one thing about this quarantine thing, it's that these weeks are running together. The days are starting to run together.
Legitimately.
Yeah.
Like, I can't believe it's like the 22nd already. I feel like it was just my birthday like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
So I'm like, all right.
I already was talking to my coworkers. We all were struggling. Like, is it Wednesday or is it Tuesday?
Oh man, tell me about it.
What day is it?
Like, that's why I forgot to take my medicine this morning because I was just I'm off.
I just took it, right? No, you took it yesterday.
I took it yesterday. It's Tuesday. That's why I got. Look, that's why I had to get one of the little week things because it's like if I don't. It's helping me keep track of my days and knowing like what day of the week it is. But also, I would like get in the bed and then forget to take it, and then wake up in the morning like, did I take my medicine last night? And it's like no way for me to go back and check.
But now you got your medicine box.
I feel like a little old lady.
I took it for Tuesday already. I guess I'm good.
Right? I've done that like 3 times already. I'll go freak out. I'm like, oh my gosh. I'm like, nope. It's there.
Yeah. So where are your roses and thorns for the day?
Roses and thorns. My rose is that I just found out that we're switching to weekly payroll. Like,
that's a big thing.
Man, look, getting paid monthly was a struggle.
Yeah.
It's like there's no way. Like, I think I make not a decent amount of money, but a survivable amount of money.
Yeah.
And it's just like
you get by.
I get by, Yeah. But it's like every single month I'd be like broke and still have like 2 more weeks left. I'm like, I got paid 3 weeks ago. How do I have 2 more weeks left until I get paid again? That doesn't make sense to me. But now, I'm so excited. Just because it's not so much stress on bills. Because when you get paid once a month, you have to deduct all of your bills right then and there. And then you left with half your check,
and you
got to make that stretch
for this next 4.5, 5 weeks, and hopefully I'll make it until I get paid again.
Oh man!
But yeah, when I first started at my job, I got paid weekly, and then I went over to 2 weeks, and I was like, it's not really much of a change, but I don't think I can ever do monthly.
No.
I don't think. I'm just, me personally, I don't manage money well. Like, if it wasn't for the fact that I had to pay an apartment bill, I'd probably always be broke.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I don't manage money well.
That's baffling to me because I feel like you manage money a heck of a lot better than I do.
I'm always comparing myself to my dad and how he's always operated and managed money. And compared to him, I don't manage money well. So I just think overall I don't manage money well.
I'm going to choose my next words carefully.
This is open. This is an open space.
I know. No
feelings will be heard here.
Yeah, but I'm not trying to push it either. And I'm not worried about your feelings. But I feel like you shouldn't compare yourself to your dad. I think you should use him as like a guidance as to how you should do things, but you shouldn't be like, oh, I don't manage money well because I don't manage it like my father managed it.
Yeah.
Like, you're a completely different person. You at 26 you at 26 are not where your father was at 26.
No.
So it's like you have a different life. I think a lot of people all the time like try to live up to the expectations of our parents, and it's just like,
yeah, there's a reason why our parents worked, so we didn't have to, I guess, work as hard as they did.
Oh yeah.
Or do what they had to do to get by. No, I know my dad is a great provider, so if there's one thing I look up to him about, is that. So I either want to match or exceed that when it comes to my family. I want to make sure everybody's straight, nobody has a need for anything, wants or different. If you have a want for something, then you got to figure that out, But also, I don't want that. That's why I've started to work on building this savings that we have.
Oh man, you know how
so that one, we have something to fall back on, and two, if we have a want and we don't have the money outside of spending our bills to meet that want, we have the savings we can dip into, and we can always say we'll put that back later.
Yeah, I think for me it's been surreal, I guess, because I grew up very strict money. I grew up broke, like, let's be for real. We didn't have a lot. I didn't get, and that's why it like meant so much to me when we bought our Switch, because it was like that was the first game console that I wanted and I bought right then and there. Like, whenever we were growing up, me and my sister didn't have like our own thing. It was always like, oh, this is my cousin's game, but we'll play on his PlayStation for a little bit.
But we always got to give it back.
Right. So it's like, and I think before that, actually, we had a Wii. We got a Wii for Christmas from our grandparents when we lived in North Carolina. But other than that, like, I had a PlayStation 1, but that's because PlayStation 1s was like dirt cheap back then. But I didn't have a 2, a 3, like we have your PlayStation that you bought, but even just like you being able to buy a PlayStation was like a lot.
No. That was a lot for me, period. Being able to buy my own game console on my own. I remember when the PlayStation did first come out, my dad bought it like, I want to say a few months after it or a year after it, when the price got down around Black Friday. So that was my first gaming console, and then I think he bought the 2 he bought the 2, and then he bought the slim version of the 3 for us.
Oh, that's nice.
And then I bought my PlayStation. By that time, 18, make your own money, go buy your own stuff.
Funny story. So DJ, when he moved with us, he had an Xbox 360.
Right.
And that was around the time Grand Theft Auto 5 came out. but he had like no memory.
So you couldn't download it?
No, so we went to Walmart and got like little USB drives and downloaded the games that was on the Xbox to the USB drive so that we had space.
For that one game.
And we did that like, oh my goodness, like a DLC came out and was like, we gotta get another USB for the DLC. Like, it was hilarious.
Oh man, yes. That's one thing I'm glad they came up with, this whole cloud systems for games.
Oh, right.
Physical memory, that fills up so quickly, especially if you have a variety of games you play, or the games you do play take up a lot of space, like your Call of Duties, your Grand Theft Autos.
Anything online, essentially.
Anything online, anything with high graphics. That takes
God of War.
A lot of space.
Yes.
Like, I got a terabyte for my PlayStation 4. Thought I was doing something. By the time I looked up, I'm like, oh, that's full. I got to go ahead and get a 2 terabyte, put that in, and then hopefully I can find something to back it up. Because around that time, I stopped my PlayStation Plus, so the cloud saving was gone.
So with PlayStation Plus now, it has cloud storage?
Yeah, so everything is backed up to the cloud.
So what's on the terabyte drive that we have?
I made as extra space. So that's one of the things they recently updated in one of their big updates. You can have external storage and use that as additional space. Okay. So instead of buying a 3 terabyte, since my 2 terabyte was starting to fill up, I just decided to use my backup hard drive as another hard drive. So whenever the physical one fills up that's in the PlayStation, it'll start using the external drive. That's why whenever we don't turn it off properly and we turn the power off, it says it needs to reformat the external one or recreate it, because that is now a part of the PlayStation.
Okay, so when we used to back up the PlayStation, what did we back it up to? The cloud storage or the terabyte?
No, we used to back it up to the terabyte, but that was before they made the update where you can use external storage as
additional storage.
There you go.
Okay.
This new PlayStation 5, though, that's looking pretty nice. I might get the white one just because.
Are you serious? All our consoles, both of our, I say all of our, like we have a whole bunch of different consoles,
but they're black and silver.
They're black and silver. Yeah. Like you don't get a white one.
That white one looks nice.
It's gonna get so dirty.
But is it though?
Yes.
But is it though?
We're gonna have a kid in the next year or so, hopefully. Like.
But is it though?
Yes.
No, so I understand what you're saying, but you got to understand that what our TV is sitting on also doesn't collect a lot of dust, and we don't really touch the storage device or the PlayStation in general, because we don't touch it to turn it on. We use the controllers. Okay. And unless we're moving it, then.
True. So what will happen? What are we going to do with the PlayStation then? Just keep it as is?
If it depends. Well, me getting the PlayStation 5 also depends on if it's backward compatible. Because if I can't play my PlayStation 4 games that I spent so much money on, taking up 2 terabytes of space on my PlayStation 5, we got a problem.
Also, think about it. We have a lot of games that we haven't even touched.
A lot of games we got for free because of PlayStation Plus. We haven't touched. You always get on me for the fact that I have two Hitman games that I haven't touched. So yeah,
I just haven't finished any games. Like I get to the point. I have a horrible problem because it's like as soon as I can't beat a part, I'm like, all right, that's it. Like this is fun. I'll watch somebody else play it. I'll watch somebody else play on YouTube, get the whole story. But like like Tomb Raider, literally Tomb Raider.
You haven't finished Spider-Man.
I haven't finished. Spider-Man isn't that bad. It's just like okay.
You gotta sit and play it.
The fights, well, yes, but how you fight, you're like button mashing the whole time, so my thumb starts to cramp up and is sore for days after I done played Spider-Man for like an hour.
You always stop and start Spider-Man, so you never get into the point where the controls come second nature to you, where it's just muscle memory at that point. So instead, you play Spider-Man. You stop for a few months, you come back, you forget the controls, and you're just button mashing it. So it's like, I figured this out again. But if you actually play it through, sit and play it, you'll know the controls, you'll remember the controls, you'll know what's dodging, what's hitting, how you use your gadgets, all of that stuff. You just gotta play the game through.
But it's more so how quickly you have to move. Like, it's not like you can, like, press. It's like, press, stop,
Dodge,
press.
No, I get it, but you can also drop the difficulty so you can enjoy the story.
That makes me feel like a wuss.
Okay, what do you want to do? You want to finish the game, enjoy the story, or do you want to actually have a challenge?
I'm gonna finish the game in like a year.
And you're gonna keep lecturing at you. This is your give and take. So like I was saying, if the PlayStation 5 does have backward compatibility and I can play my PlayStation 4 games on it, then I might end up sending my PlayStation 4 to Jamaica to my cousins.
Oh,
because that's what I've always done.
Yeah.
Whenever I got a new console, if the old one doesn't break or isn't damaged, then I send it over to Jamaica so they can have it.
Oh, I didn't know that.
That's what I done with my PlayStation 2, I believe. My PlayStation 3 broke when I got my PlayStation 4, so I couldn't send that. And I believe I sent them my Wii with my old Guitar Hero.
Didn't you have another PlayStation 4 before you got the
Yes, because
Batman
I
one?
traded that in with the Batman one. No, I gave that to Galen.
Oh, that's right. That makes sense.
Yeah. My very first black PlayStation, I gave that to Galen because that Batman one came out. You know I had to get that.
I know.
Now, it depends on what games come out with PlayStation 5 also, because I might wait, because if they have that, if they make like a new Spider-Man game and they have something like that red PlayStation they have.
Oh, yes. That was
gorgeous.
Beautiful. Oh, yeah. That was beautiful.
Yeah. But that white one was nice. That would be my first option.
I'm just not... I don't know.
If it make you feel better, I'll buy some plastic wrap and put it around it so it doesn't get dirty. And I'll just change the plastic wrap whenever it looks smudgy.
I'm just not about white anything, honestly. I'm clumsy. Like, every single time we go to Iron Age, or not even Iron Age, but just Sakura Ramen, like, I always end up with stuff on my white shirt. Like,
yeah,
I can't keep a white tee clean to save my life.
The NBA game. He's like, I spent the whole night and didn't get something on my white shirt. Spill.
No.
Alright, that's my day. Gotta go home now.
Good thing it was at the end of the night, because I would have been
really lasted the whole night. Said something about it, and then spilled red wine on your shirt. We
were walking, like, getting ready to walk out the door, finishing off drinks so we could leave.
Yeah.
And I spilled white wine. And then everybody wanted to take pictures. I'm like...
now you gotta go ahead and look like a whole essay. Like you are a dope dealer that day.
Look, I would have just, like, turned my shirt around. That would have been really smart, actually, if I just, like, turned it around.
Hindsight's 20/20.
Oh, gosh.
So you gave us your rose. What's your thorn?
Our poor little plant died.
Man, I got her this plant. She was having a bad day. I was like, I think she'll like this.
I really loved it.
But yeah, I think we gotta replant it.
Oh, yeah.
It's still in this giant package.
And it's so dry.
Yeah, we poured water in that joint and
it's
like 2 days later it was dry again.
I don't know what to do.
We gotta replant it. I'm telling you what we gotta do.
Okay. Are we gonna go to Lowe's to get like dirt and stuff to replant it?
Eventually.
Yo, it always trips me out that plants are just like, I don't like this dirt, dead. Like,
I don't like none of this.
So dramatic. Gosh.
And you want a dog, you can't even keep a plant alive.
First of all, Clarence and Willow are doing just fine.
Yeah, they are.
So, what about you?
Thorn. My bag is acting up again.
Oh no.
I'm not enjoying this.
Yeah.
I don't want this to be the rest of my life.
I mean, you gotta live with it.
Rose.
Me.
You're always. Always. Like, it's not a question. Oh, my Aki manga. My Aki? That's how you pronounce it? Aki.
Yeah, I think so.
Aki. Black mangaka artist. He's 3 chapters in. I got my 3rd one. It's a pretty dope.
It's legit.
I like it.
I didn't want to read it first because you haven't read it yet, but I was looking at it today and I was like, I'm
enjoying it. I'm really enjoying it.
It's been good.
I really hope Viz picks him up or Shonen Jump like really gets interested in him and put him in the Shonen manga because it has legs. It'll go far.
Oh yeah, and then it's like not even just. I mean, story wise, the story is legit. Like I kind of want to see where the kid goes, but it's also just like you can always tell when something's written by black people for black people rather than written by white people trying to act like it's for black people. Like
Homie's Fate is legit.
Oh right,
Homie's Fate is legit. You don't. They try their darnest.
They do. Like, they try their best.
Really get black or just colored people in general right in anime, and it's like you go as far as you can without being black.
Right.
But seeing a black
dark skin, like
full on lingo, mannerism, everything. All of it, like hairstyle, looks, it's great.
It's great.
Touches my heart. This is gonna be dope.
Like I'm excited.
I'm definitely gonna keep these, save these, make this like the first manga our kids read. Like,
really?
Oh yeah.
I mean, well, yeah, that'll be good for them. It's like little.
It's little. It's not long. Yeah. They can be like their summer books. Like after fifth grade, after like kindergarten, going into first. Yeah. Just, well, yeah. I mean, our kid's gonna be smart anyway. Like. My mother's a teacher,
right?
So
I can't wait.
Grandma going over grandma's house.
Go with grandma for 2 weeks, have fun.
Gonna come back from summer vacation from grandparents' house and be like, yeah, we never left school. Especially with my dad, how he like go read a book. No, you want to go? No, you got to read 2 books before you go outside. I was like, I guess.
I feel like your dad's gonna have. I feel like 1 or 2 things is going to happen. Either A, he's going to have our kids, like, building staircases and crap at, like, 6. Or
absolutely.
B, he's going to be, like, the biggest teddy bear and, like, always want to hug on them and play games and all that other stuff.
I pick up my kids and they don't have calluses in my hand, me and my dad are going to have a problem.
Why?
Because that means they ain't doing no work.
Okay.
I send you over to your grandfather's house because I know granddad's going to make you work.
Think about how you felt.
Us work.
No, think about how you felt when he made you work.
Exactly. So I'm not going to do that. But when they go over granddad's house for the summer, it feels like, I guess I got to build a shed again this summer. Yes. Like, you're going to go over granddad's house so you can study the back of the composition book with all the timetables, and so grandma can make you read every day. Because if you stay with us for the summer, it's like, I guess we're going to the beach again.
I ain't going to tell you. I know I really, really, truly, honestly need to grow out of it, but it's just like, even growing up, I was not a fan of homework. Like, college, struggle. I mean, I did good in my classes, but it's just like, as far as going home and doing readings, if we had an assignment where it was just, all right, read 2 chapters, I was like, spark notes.
My college professors, go ahead, you're finished.
I mean, that was it. I forgot.
No, my college professors, they never understood me because I would participate in class. Yep. I would ace quizzes. Man,
discussions for days.
Average out on my test and finals exams. I never aced any of those. I got C's and B's. They get degrees. But they never understood because it was the reason why I always failed their class. Homework.
Yeah, you didn't do your assignments.
Especially math, and it was online too. I was like, I can do this literally at any time of day, and it's like, nah, I'm gonna go hang out with somebody.
But it's gonna be a challenge because I don't want our kids to grow up like that. Like,
yeah, no.
I want them to understand how important homework is.
Honestly,
I have a love-hate relationship with homework.
Yeah, honestly, I think it's just the kid in general because Jay wasn't like that. Jamala, he got his work done because he didn't want to hear our parents' mouth.
True.
Me, as long as my final grade wasn't a D or an F, my parents really didn't care. My dad cared. He always wanted A's. But my mom was like, as long as you pass, you pass.
Yeah.
So, as long as it wasn't like... That's why I liked elementary, middle, and high school. Homework didn't count that much. Like, As long as especially if the teacher, especially if you participated in class and the teacher liked you.
I can see that.
Homework didn't matter.
So for me, and it really like not shook me a little bit, but when I was in ninth grade, when I was in ninth grade, I had history, and like he would like pull up. It was just when the whole posting grades online thing had started. So he would like pull up people's grades in class. I mean, I didn't care. I was like, that's whatever. But I had like a C. So he was like going through a grade book, like it's on my test, like had good.
Here's why you have a C.
Right. Had good participation points, but I didn't do none of the homework. So like even like the senior in the class at the time was like, fam, you're not doing your homework? Like, imagine what your grade would be if you would just do your homework. And I'm like,
4.0.
I don't want to. Like,
I graduated top 10 percentile. I'll probably be even higher if I did my homework.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
So.
But we gotta grow up.
Yeah, eventually. Real quick.
Yes.
How are you feeling about the shortage of anime now? You know, the fall anime is done. You know, no more My Hero.
It's not
Naruto's
even
back on filler. Black Clover's about to stop.
It's not even about that. It's about like all the shows that are supposed to be coming out and starting up again have been postponed because of the Rona. And I'm like,
Rona killing anime, man.
Y'all can anime stuff at home.
Look, I was pissed myself because you know I read my manga on my cell phone on Viz Media's $1.99. Viz, friend of the podcast. But yeah. I was reading my stuff online, and it's rare when all of your manga is 2 weeks back now.
See, and me, I don't, like, I'm impatient, so I hate. I extremely dislike reading one chapter of something, like Dr. Stone, reading one chapter Dr. Stone, and then having to wait a whole 7 days for another chapter to come out. See? I'm just like, I want to read, because I want to read everything in order. Because when I started reading it, it was like, all right, here's 100 chapters, catch up on this, and like, so that's how I'm used to reading it. Yeah. So for me, it's like, all right, I'm already like 2 or 3 chapters behind, and then now you're telling me y'all going on a break, so it's like it's gonna be December before I catch up again. Like,
and you know, I always mention like with One Piece, they come back, stuff gets going, they get to a good part, and this is just 3 chapters, get to a good part, and 2-week break. Oda, you killing me, man. Stop with these cliffhangers. Like when Jimmy spoiler alert, at 28 minutes and 22 seconds in. So skip the next 30 seconds.
Right.
When Jimmy came back, finally joining the crew, and then you go on a week break?
Yeah.
You got to make me wait a week for the entire crew reaction? You killing me, Smalls.
But even like, I don't think... Oh, we watched like 2 shows Sunday.
Yeah.
And that was it. And I was like,
Anime Sunday used to last legitimately like 4 hours.
Into Monday sometimes. Yeah. Like, at first it used to last forever because it was wash day. I had to wash my hair and detangle and all that good stuff. My natural hair, side tangent, my natural hair looks beautiful, but oh my gosh, I'm so tired of all the work that goes into it. That's why I'm just like, I'm ready to cut my hair. And like, but I'll see a picture of somebody with this nice, beautiful flowing afro, and I'm like...
All I'm saying is pick one and stick to it. I don't care what you do today.
I will.
Just pick one and stick to it.
I'm going to make my decision eventually. Okay. After this like next 30 days is up, that'll be my reward for sticking with it.
All right. But yeah, even Food Wars came back.
Oh, Food Wars came out for 2 episodes.
And then they sent out a post of like, we're back on break since the Rona.
And like...
My thing about...
Keep everybody safe. 100%. That's the most important. But like...
My thing about anime, though, is especially for voice actors... You can do this separately. You don't have to be in the same room. But you can't, though, because when you're in a room and everybody's bouncing off each other, that's a lot different than you just recording, all right, here's what I have to say. Like, you're not responding. A lot of, and I'm going to get into my theater major degree for a little bit, like,
a lot of acting is response. It's not necessarily you reciting lines. It's like, I'm this character responding to this situation, responding to what this person says.
I got you.
So it would be extreme. The magic wouldn't be there. Like, can you imagine the Straw Hats if everybody recorded only their parts? Like, I feel like a lot of that has to do with them bouncing off each other.
Yeah, because if you think about it, all the YouTube clips they did for the Rona.
See, it looks so weird.
It's weird.
Like,
the way they're talking and responding looks weird. Because they're doing it one at a time, different characters.
Right? And it's not just everybody in the room chilling, hanging out with each other.
I got what you're saying.
So I do not want people to record it by themselves. Like, all right, here you go. Like,
all right, say these lines.
We'll wait.
All right, the next person's going to come in an hour after you leave because we got to wipe everything down. But yeah. No, I get it.
Now, if they had their own like, individual booths,
that would be different. That would be different.
So I don't know, man. But it has been giving us time to catch up on other stuff.
Yeah, it has. We've been crushing Bleach.
Oh, man.
Critical's basketball. I forgot how much I like that.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
I really forgot how much I like it.
It always, and I can't wait to watch the volleyball one afterwards, but it always, trips me out how anime makes everything, 10. It's always at a 10. Everything is so intense. You see people playing basketball, and it's like, all right, cool. Running up the court, running back down the court. But with this, it's oh man,
a Phantom 6 member, some dude who can shoot full court, a dude who can copy everybody else's moves. What?
How? Yeah, it's just high tense.
Yeah. Even with shoot. The redhead character, the main character, the other main character. His jumps, they compare him to Jordan, and he was literally just jumping. And it is so intense.
It's so intense. A couple episodes ago, when they had a basketball match, and he was jumping all throughout the thing. It was all right, he got 2 more jumps until his legs give out. And I was oh no, what's gonna happen?
Yeah, and then he pushes it on the third one, makes it, lands, trying to run back down court, and his feet can move.
That's it.
Yeah, that was great. There's these 2 other ones, y'all. Drop the names if you know in the comments, but I want to watch it because you don't think these type of sports can be so intense. There's a swimming one.
Yes.
And
wait, there's a swimming one, but from what I heard, everybody's gay. I mean, not that that's a deal breaker, but I would be not more interested, but just I would be interested in seeing the relationship and life aspect of that. But go ahead, sorry.
So there's that one, and then there's a bicycle one.
Oh yes, that one clip we saw. I was like, yo, how do you make bike riding a life or death sport?
Yeah, I want to watch that joint.
Oh, that was great.
That was hilarious. I was like, why is this so intense?
Right.
2, why am I interested in
this?
Yeah.
It's some stuff where it's just I gotta, your curiosity is what draws you to it. So, the other day when we brought up something about dragon porn, it was I'm not interested, but I need to know if it exists.
And it was nope. I created a board about drag.
It's how?
How would that work?
What? I don't.
It piqued my interest. I have to know.
And then it's
I never thought I needed to know,
that's never something I would have searched. Never something I would have searched now. But I'm I need to know if it exists.
Nope, they say it exists. I have to find this now.
I'm not going to watch it after the first time.
No, but I have to ingest it at least once to know what they're talking about.
Oh, yeah.
So where is our topic taking us today?
Today, we are going to, and this is going to sound weird coming from a whole married couple.
Wasn't married forever, though.
You right. But we're talking about side chick culture and just how dating is today.
Yeah.
From
just not even just today, because it kind of started when we were in the dating world, when we were in college and stuff.
Oh yeah.
So there's a real reason I didn't really date much in college.
Really?
I was the guy who had who would go out of one long relationship into another long relationship just because I don't know you. Yeah. Like the one night stands, I never understood them. Like, how can you just trust? Okay.
So
I know condoms and contraception, but
for me, I think one night stands in general, it's weird because I messed around with somebody once, but I knew them prior to. But we weren't like in a relationship. We weren't like dating, boyfriend, girlfriend, anything. It was just like, I know you. I want to get my jimmies off. Hey, like, what's up?
I get it.
And it's not even like it was a whole bunch of people either, but it's just like, as far as going out, meeting somebody for the first time, and then immediately doing that, I'm just like, I don't know. That's not me, but if that is you, that's okay.
No, yeah, absolutely. It's not for everybody, but people do it.
Yeah,
like, it wouldn't be a thing if people didn't do it.
Right.
For me, I think more so, I've always been the type to worry about what people thought of me. So, especially if I'm going to end up seeing you around campus the next day, or you go to the same school, that's the type of thing that always came to mind. Like the one time I even tried it, it's like, I got some liquid courage, try to go get my thing going, and got into it. I was like, yeah, nah, sorry, I'm gonna go now.
Oh, let me tell you, blue balls is a thing, but as a female, like 10 times worse. 10 times worse. I'm trying to describe the situation without it.
But Facebook got an explicit button, so
I messed around with my ex after he was with somebody else. And I tried to play it off like we're just friends. I'm just going over to hang out as a friend. And then at one point...
that doesn't even sound right.
That doesn't even sound right. That doesn't even sound right. But at one point, we were getting things started, getting ramped up, hot and heavy. And then he just, like, stopped. And I was like, take me home now. Like, that's what I came over here for.
Yeah.
But, I mean...
It'd be like that.
It'd be like that. I saw... What were we watching? I think we were watching All Deaf when it was like Kevin on stage, Patrick Cloud, all of them, and they were talking about how like sometimes you get too excited and you come real fast, and then you just were like, no, we can't do this. And I was like, why did that happen to me?
Yeah, he was telling the story. He was like, yo, getting into it, he came quick, and he was like, I think I heard somebody pull up. Going for a dog head in the car. He was like, cool, I'm done. Got my jimmies on.
Oh man.
Nah.
But I just think dating in general has become so.
It's become a game.
It's become a game, and it's about who can hurt who first.
Yeah.
And that's
about
what
getting
I
in
find
and getting out before your heart breaks.
Right, and that's what I find frustrating, because it's like, if you. At some point, we're all too old to be playing these games. Like, it's too much for you to act like you like somebody. Like, for me, I don't understand putting all the effort in pretending. Like, I don't have time for that. I'm not gonna pretend I like you or pretend that we're moving forward in a certain direction if that's not what I want.
I think, at least in my opinion, I'm a big person when it comes to words, the meaning of them, labels, all that good stuff. I think the simple fact that people get into this talking stage that they like to call it, instead of just being upfront and saying, we are dating, trying to figure out what this is and if it can move forward. But people say, I'm just talking. We're just talking. But they expect somebody to talk to just them.
Yes.
And it's like, one, you're misunderstanding what this situation is. And second off, there are reasons relationships and boyfriend girlfriends are titles and they're labels. Like, if you can't have that conversation, if you can't put that title on it, then why are you expecting these basically requirements that only required for somebody that has a label?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So, I feel like just the term dating has been pushed to the wayside. Because I understand the talking phase. But it's like, I feel like people don't do dating, I guess. And what I mean by that is like, so we'll be talking, talk. But for me and how I define talking is like, okay, we're just interesting. I'm just getting to know you, but I'm also getting to know other people. It's not just me. It's not just you. And it's strictly talking. Like, we're not going out. We're not seeing each other. We're just talking. Right. Text, snap, whatever. Once we go, all right, we're going to be dating, that's when you start to go out on dates. Like, that's essentially what it is. Yeah. But even when you're dating, you have to have the conversation of, are we exclusively dating or are we just dating? Because as you're dating, you're going around, you're mingling, you're hanging out with different people. Again, so you can get to know this person before you go to the next stage, which is boyfriend, girlfriend. And that's when we're exclusively dating. That's when I drop all my hoes, not entertaining nobody else.
Telling people leave me alone. I'm seeing somebody.
Not sliding into anybody's DMs. It's just me and it's just you.
I try, especially when Galen, turned 18, got out into the world and was really, like, interested in girls, spending his time and all of that. I had to, like, break it down to him. You can date whoever you want to.
You can date whoever you want.
That's the point of dating, so you can figure out what you like,
right?
Who you're interested in, how much you want to invest in somebody, and after you choose that person, drop everybody else.
You got to cut everybody else off.
Focus on that person. Like, Galen's only seen me date in long relationships. He's seen my older brother Jay and Jamal is Jamal. I love you, brother. Jamal is Jamal.
He does a lot of dating.
The girls he dates might get it confused, though.
Really?
I feel like that's his issue. Our family, at least the brothers we have, we're lovers.
I was going to say promiscuous, but yeah, that sounds better.
We're lovers. When we're free, we're free.
Yeah.
And we... In general, we like to make people feel good. Point blank, period. Now, if you get that confused, then instead of assuming, ask a question. Let's have a conversation. And instead of you assuming that he's treating me like this because he really wants to make this work, instead of saying, no, he's just a decent person. This is how he treats everybody. Maybe talk to him. Say, all right, where is this going? Are you actually interested in me? Instead of, decide, I'm going to bleach somebody's couch today. Oh, let me pour this down somebody's PlayStation. Yes, I'm salty. Still. Like, who are you?
It's okay.
Just because you got a nice little word degree.
Side tangent. Let's talk about the fact that I feel like me and you, we always get so much more upset about our siblings' relationships than we do about anything that happens to us. Because, like, with us, it's like, all right, here's an issue. We solve it. We move on. But it's like, and this is always why I am very cautious of what I share with my family, because my family's the same way. They hold a grudge. I may have forgiven you, but they're not going to as easily. So it's like, it's certain things. I just think it's funny that like we hold on to stuff about our siblings' relationships after the siblings themselves are like done.
They don't care. They're not thinking about it, but I'm still like this hoe.
If I see you in the street, like I did that with you. Like I don't think honestly, and the reason behind it is because I always felt like she had something over me, but I didn't like let go of my hard feelings towards your ex until like honestly until we like got engaged, and after we went through premarital counseling. Like not even once we were engaged, it was like after premarital counseling we're planning this wedding, and it was because she hurt you while I was your friend. So it's like I saw what she put you through, and that's what made me frustrated, and that's what made me upset, because it's like, yo, this dude is dope. Like, how you gonna do some crazy stuff like that?
Yeah, and I'm glad that I didn't know your ex was your ex when we were friends, because I probably feel the same way.
Were you friends with him before or after?
Yeah, before. When y'all started dating, we were cool. Okay. We were friends. Yeah. Didn't know y'all were dating. Really? That's the other thing.
How? It was all over MySpace. We was making out in the middle of the hallway. Like,
look, after we broke up, I avoided you.
You right?
I'm not gonna lie. I avoided you. I stayed as far away from you as possible. The only times I literally saw you after we broke up in high school was in class. That's it.
We didn't have a class together. Oh, we had biology together.
I thought it was environmental science.
It was biology. See, okay, so like the time period after we broke, between us breaking up and us getting cool again, was like a week. Yeah. So like, but yeah.
But still, even after we started texting again and all that, I still avoid. I didn't.
Oh yeah, no.
Didn't want to see you. It's not. I didn't want to. I didn't want to see you with somebody else. Yeah. Just like anybody else.
Just like anybody else. But oh god.
No, just trying to get back on topic.
I was gonna say, circling back around. That's why a lot of people want. That's why a lot of people want to talk to somebody that's only talking to them. Yeah. But they feel like it's okay for.
They don't want to look dumb. Yeah. And I know, I mean, that's the point of relationships. You're selfish. You want to feel good. You're interested in this person because you like them. Right. And you see yourself with them. Any relationships in general is just a selfish topic in itself.
How so?
I think so because especially when you're starting out, you're not doing this for the other person. You're doing this because you want somebody.
I can see that.
You like them. Yeah. You want to be exclusive with them. This is all for you. This is not for them. Okay. I think I'll make your life better, so let me help you out.
I see. Okay, I can see that. However, I feel like the only reason I would talk to people is because I was interested. It piqued my interest. Not because...
I think you're saying what I'm saying.
Yeah, I think I'm saying what you're saying. It's because it piqued my interest. Yeah. Not because I was like, oh, I want to be with that person. It's like, that person's intriguing. Let's see what they're about.
Like, words have meaning. And I think at the end of the day, that's the biggest thing. It's like, people...
They've lost meaning.
Yeah, they don't know what those words mean anymore. Right. They don't know if talking is... especially when you honestly could bypass the dating stage now in this day and age, because think about it, we have Tinder, we have all of that stuff, right? Mm-hmm. You can start talking there, texting, all right, you pick my interests. All right, let me give you my real number so we can text that way. All right, we're texting. Let me call you, so that's easier. All right, we call, we talk. All right, let me see your face. Let me Skype you or FaceTime you or Duo you or whatever. You sitting there. Let me sit on this side, eat my dinner. You sit on that side, you eat your dinner on this call. You can really bypass the dating stage until you're really at the point where like, all right, let me try to make this boyfriend-girlfriend thing happen. Then I'm going to take you out. Let's see how you treat me out in public and all of that.
See, but I feel like once you become boyfriend and girlfriend, that's too far for me to be seeing you in person for the first time. Honestly, I know the internet relationships happen.
Yeah,
I get it. It's two of my best friends met over the internet and got married. But I mean, not married over the internet, but married later on. But it's just like, I still feel like you should be hanging out with people before you hit that boyfriend-girlfriend stage, because once you hit that stage, that's saying that, okay, it's only me and it's only you. Like, and honestly, I don't think people put as much power behind it, because once you hit that boyfriend-girlfriend stage, that's when you're diving deep into, or in my opinion at least, that's when you're diving deep into, okay, how's your family of origin? How do you act in stressful situations? Like, that's when you really truly get to the meat of getting to know somebody and being around somebody. And for that, you have to have been in public first. Like,
you would think. But how many times have you seen people post, let me know when we're in the talking stage if you're talking to just me or if we're talking to multiple people? Like,
but when you're talking, you should be talking to multiple people.
Exactly.
You know when it's just you, when you become boyfriend, girlfriend.
Exactly. Like, but they still say, if we're talking, let me know if we're talking to multiple people or just us. Instead of saying,
that's dating.
Are we talking or are we dating?
That's dating.
Like, those words have lost their meaning nowadays. Yeah. I'm not sure why. I'm not sure why people are still trying to fall behind that. I think people have gotten to the point where they're tired of that, and they might be circling back around to dating. But right now, where we are, dating is still considered talking, and it shouldn't.
It shouldn't be, but I feel like that's where. Oh man, I lost my train of thought. So because we live in a society, because society has become so immediate gratification.
Yeah,
you post a picture on Instagram, you immediately are getting likes. You're immediately gratified by that.
We were talking. Who's this chick putting hard eyes on your picture?
Was that a joke?
No, yeah, it was a joke, but I mean that's what happens.
I don't.
That's a thing that happens. It's like, I thought you were talking to me. Who was that?
Yeah,
it's like that's the other person I'm talking to.
But because people don't spend time dating and getting to know multiple people at once, that's where side chicks come into play.
Yeah,
because it's like, you think that, okay, just because we started talking, the next step is immediately you being my girlfriend,
right?
But you're not ready to be somebody's girlfriend or boyfriend when you still want to be with other people, when you're still being entertained by somebody else. And that's where I feel like that's where side chicks come into play, and that's why it's become so normalized, because people aren't taking the time to date and get to know multiple people and getting to know everything else. They want that title.
They're really interested in.
Right. They want that title of boyfriend, girlfriend, without the sacrifices. They want the benefits, but not the sacrifices.
Yes, because really, that's what side chicks are. It's like, all right, you got a girlfriend who's doing all the girlfriend title stuff. I just want some dick.
Sometimes it's more than that, though. Sometimes they're taking side chicks out on dates. Sometimes you're spending time with them.
You got to put in a little work. Yeah, you're right. You're definitely right. You got to put in work.
It's dating.
Yeah.
Like, and I think too many people give too much in the boyfriend girlfriend stage, because it's like, don't get it twisted, you're not a husband or a wife. You shouldn't do those things. However, if you've been with somebody and you know that this is progressing forward, then that's where it gets a little muddy, because it's like, for us, we were together 5 years before we got married. Right. So it's like, year 1 and 2, I'm not doing wife stuff, but year 3, 4, 5, like, all right, I might cook you dinner when you come over, like, bit, stuff like that, because I know we're going somewhere. Right, because I know we're going somewhere. But for people who are just like, started dating this person a month ago and then feel like they gotta cook dinner and they gotta do this and like
can I say at your place? Like,
you chilling, like you're just getting to know this person,
bit, but you better
go home afterwards. Like,
you have your own bed right now.
That's it. So I just think that things need to be slowed back down.
Yeah.
Because people want instant gratification. They want you right here, right now, and want me to make you my boyfriend, girlfriend. But at the same time, you're not mentally ready for that. And I feel like that's what dating does. It gets you mentally ready
for those investments, for those sacrifices.
For the investments and the sacrifices of having a boyfriend or a girlfriend.
Asking yourself, is this person worth it right now?
Is this person worth me dropping all my hoes? Could I sacrifice all of them? Is one of these other
ones better than you? That's what dating is there to decide.
That's what dating is. And I also think people should stop ghosting folks. Like, don't just stop talking to somebody. Have the decency to say, okay, this isn't really working for me. I think we should see other people. Like, don't just drop them because people you got somebody thinking that we still good. Although we haven't talked all day, but
people talk a lot of crap about, hey, don't cross me or I hurt your feelings, but you really won't. We don't live in a society anymore that's completely open and honest, who aren't afraid to say, I don't like you.
Yeah.
This isn't working.
Agreed.
I'm going to go ahead and move on. No, they'd rather just, unblock you, we're done.
You avoid it. Avoid it.
And then you wonder why people make 3 and 4 pages try to get back in contact with you and following you and you like, who's this random person liking a picture, and you find out,
that's that person.
That's that person.
I stopped talking
Maybe
to
if you talk to them,
yeah,
they would be able to let go a little bit easier, and you wouldn't have a lot of these 21st century stalkers who look on Facebook and watch everything you're doing, and they're like, oh, how'd you know I was at this club tonight? Oh, I saw it on your Facebook. I blocked you. Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
That's weird.
That's weird.
That's so
but it
weird.
happens.
Like, I can't.
It happens. They just, let me drink this shit. Oh, hey, you. I didn't know you'd be here today at 9 o'clock.
And then I can't wrap my head around it. And like I said,
people being okay with it.
People being okay with it. Like,
people fawning.
How are you?
They get all the benefits of being the girlfriend without working at being the girlfriend. It's like, she can go over there and feed you. She can go over there and make you feel nice, warm, and fuzzy. But me, I just want to go out, eat, and come back.
But you don't have to make people your girlfriend. That is the thing. You don't have to make people your girlfriend in the first place.
Yeah.
Don't. And then if something happens in the boyfriend-girlfriend stage and you find somebody else that you're interested in and you just happen to start talking to, you can break up with people. I feel like that's something that has not been
once again,
people
aren't okay anymore with hurting people's feelings. They'd rather stay in a relationship, hide something, instead of being open and honest. Like,
that's dumb because people gonna end up getting hurt anyway.
Exactly. Opening ourselves up a little bit. That's what happened with us. Like, we're very early in our relationship, we had our Snapchat incident.
Oh yeah.
Like, I was holding on to something that I should have let go a long time ago. Instead of actually talking to you about it and trying to make you see my end of it. I hid it. Mm-hmm. You found it. And that was pretty much real close to being the end of our relationship.
Oh, very close. Let me also just say to you and to anybody who's listening, y'all, women always find out. And I knew, honestly, and let's be for real, honestly, I knew something. I didn't know what it was, but I knew something was up even back when I was in college. Because, and it's like little things. And yes, my mind does do a lot of overreacting. However, you can tell the difference.
Yeah.
So for me, it was like, I saw that, first of all, you didn't download Snapchat until I asked you to. So I was expecting to be, because we were long distance at the time, so I was expecting to be like the only person. I'm your girlfriend.
Yeah.
For like, this was what, year 2 or 3 when I was in? 2, when I was in college.
They're coming up on 2, yeah.
And it was like, I should be the only person you snapping all day, or not even the only person, but it's like nobody else should have. And this was back when Snapchat used to be a snitch.
Oh yeah,
this was back when people, right, when you used to see people's best friends and stuff on Snapchat. So I would see that I wasn't your best friend, and it's like, who are you talking to, fam? Like, and then I had like, I think at that point I had your Google account on my phone, so I would like see Google Photos, and it would be like screenshots of Snapchat, and it's like, okay. And then like in the screenshot, I was like, I wasn't the last person you snapped, so you wasn't trying to get a screenshot of me. So it's like I knew all of that, but it was like I didn't have all the pieces, so I couldn't put it all together.
Yeah.
So, but then like once we moved in with each other, it was like, oh, I have all the pieces now. And honest to goodness, that Sunday when I was looking at the pictures on your laptop, I wasn't going and finding stuff. I'm a little bit of a narcissist. I was looking at my pictures that you had, like just cute pictures of me. I just wanted to see what pictures of me that you saved and you had. But when I stumbled across the other pictures, I was like, who this hoe? Like, and that's when everything like fell into place. So, just out of caution, no matter how long, and that was a 2-year period.
Yeah.
It was 2015 when I was in college when I started seeing stuff. And then 2017 when we had the whole big up blowout incident.
Yeah.
So it's like, people gonna find out.
Yeah,
you think you can hold on to it forever. You may get away with it for a year or two or whatever. But at the end, people are going to get hurt. People are going to... There's going to be an issue. So you gotta like... And that's my whole thing. And that's why I don't understand just everybody's need or willingness or want even to have a side chick. Because it's like... What about the girl you calling your girlfriend? What about the person you going home to at night? Like, what about, like, do you not love them enough to hide them from that heartbreak? And then at the same time, it's like, they're gonna get their heart broken anyway, whether you break up with them to go with somebody else or whether they find out you got a side chick. Like,
yeah, and really, for at least I know on my end, the reason all that happened was my own insecurities. Like, I already previously came out of a 2-year relationship that was loaded with issues, and that really that broke me down. Like, that took a lot out of me. They gave me my own trust issues and reasons not to act how I did before, and that's what...
You were waiting for me to hurt you like she did.
Yeah, I was waiting for the other shoe to drop. So instead of waiting, I created the shoe myself. So
it's A-Town stomp.
But I feel like there's a lot of things that add up to the side chick culture. Even competition. Like, there's a lot of females and males that's like, so what, you got a boyfriend? So what, you got a girlfriend?
Look.
I'ma steal you. I'ma take you. And you're gonna be mine. It's like, who cares?
But that's where your willpower and your strength as an individual comes into play. Like, babe, I love you, but like the amount of propositions, I think is the right word for it. Just the amount of people that came up to me and was like, oh, you got a boyfriend? Yes. Oh, you can't have friends? How about I take you out? How about I do this? Like, me, I could have been like, all right, cool, like, what's up? No, I have a boyfriend. That is who I am dedicated to at this moment. That's it. That's the end of it. I'm not going to take your number. I'm not going to give you my Facebook, my Snapchat, my IG, none of that. You have to be strong enough to not entertain the bullshit. Like, that's what it is. And if you are not strong enough to not entertain the bullshit, don't make somebody your girlfriend or boyfriend until you're ready for it. Like, it's that simple. It's really that simple, and that's why it bothers me, and it's mind-boggling.
No, yeah, it took. I think our incident really opened my eyes to the fact that, one, you're not hurt.
No.
And two, us starting dating made me forget that we're actually best friends.
Yes. Oh yeah. I definitely see that. That was a big thing for me too.
Like,
in the beginning.
I forgot that. And realizing what really hurt me and made me truly remorseful was not the fact that I hurt my girlfriend. It was the fact that I hurt this person who's been with me so long, out of the fact that we weren't dating. There was no give and take. I hurt this person who knew me on such a personal level that she was my best friend. We had a friendship, a real friendship. Like, yeah, we found each other attractive, but it took a lot for us to even really submit to the boyfriend-girlfriend thing, because we were so scared of breaking our own friendship because of if this didn't work out, which almost did, and it almost ruined our friendship. But I feel like that's what really opened my eyes and made me remember who I was with. So,
but that's because you knew what you had of value. That's because you valued what we had. You valued our relationship.
Yeah.
The problem comes when people don't.
Right.
They don't care. They don't want to be caught slipping, so they gonna make sure they catch other people instead. And
I mean, Ludacris made a song, "Holes in Every Era Code." That's what that's what people are living up to, especially our generation who listen to Luda. Yes. It's not that he's still out and popping right now, but that we were young, we were impressionable, and that's what we wanted.
Yes, but Luda also wasn't in a relationship with somebody. No. Like, he wasn't like, I got a girl at home, but still got all these hoes in different area codes. Like, and it's just like, it's okay to be dating. It's okay to be out there in the world. And I think people are so quick to shame people. Like, Megan Thee Stallion, for instance. Yeah. Like, she's out being seen with different people, and it's like, oh, what's Meg doing? Like, she a hoe. She do this, she do that. But it's she's like, nah. New person now.
Oh, who's this white boy hugging up on her? Is that your new boo?
Like, that's what dating is. Maybe you go out and you be with different people. You, like, it's okay. It's okay to go out and be with different people. It's okay to
be seen with another person.
I think patriarchy puts too much weight on a woman's vagina. They feel like the more people have come into it, the less worth it has. Where it's like, alright, but if I'm getting it with the same dude over and over and over again for years, how is that not the same amount of quote unquote worn outness? And let's be for real, a penis cannot stretch out a vagina. It's designed by God to open up to allow a whole baby to come through. You think your little 6 inches gonna do something? Like, let's be for real. Yeah. But anyway,
but that's society. I mean, look at the singer Ciara.
Yeah.
People were like, oh, she's great with Wiz, this, that, and the other. They make a great couple. Who's her husband now?
Russell Wilson.
Russell, and it's like, why'd she choose him? Who's this loser? This, that, and the other. Like, she is happy. Have whole 2 kids. Like, what 3? Like, and what's the issue?
Like, so, but that's because people are so used to
she's still making money. Like, she is her own woman.
People are used to seeing dysfunction, and I feel like that is another thing that contributes to the whole side chick culture, is because people are, we feed off discontent, I guess. It's the old saying, misery loves company, where it's like, if you're not happy with yourself, then let's point out everybody else's flaws to make me feel better about what's going on.
Right.
And I feel like that's the whole reason everybody's always like, oh, he's so corny, like, what's this, what's that? Because it's like, you're used to her being with Future, who's King Toxic himself.
Like, why? Because he's...
So you expected her to continue to settle instead of being loved, and not just being loved, but being loved out in public, out in the open, unapologetically. Yep. Somebody who's like, this is who I commit to, this is the only person in my life, and I love them for that. And that is what's lost? And that's what makes me...
Like, I really don't... Because before you can say it was the stars that influenced society. It was the famous people. But now, everybody who they will say influenced society to do bad is getting married, starting their own businesses. Even these new, some of the new mumble rappers, like one of them is married. The baby's married. Like
the baby not married.
The baby, I thought.
Nah,
that was somebody.
It's just his baby mama. She said that's her boo, but that's not her boo. Which is dumb. Like, sorry, I'm gonna stop calling people things dumb. Like, if it works for you, hey,
it works for them.
But like,
but still, that
you can't be somebody's boo without being their boo.
Like these people who you're saying that you're trying to follow and be like and be famous and have all the hoes like, it's like, no, the girls like them, but they're married. 2
Chainz, like
yeah, like these guys.
But then at the same time, it's also frustrating to see people who one week are like, oh, I love my wife, I love my family, I love this and love that, and then next week it's a scandal about some girl, oh, he got me pregnant, or I got a video of us doing this and that. Yeah. And like, again, it's just like Kevin Hart's whole thing was like, oh, I didn't have people around me to keep me accountable. How about you keep your own dick in your like, just keep it to, like, I don't understand what is so hard. And that's what it all comes back around to for me, is like, if you want to date and you want to go out and be with the groupies and be with the homies and be out here, then do that. But don't say to one person, don't have one person thinking and believing that you're with me and only me, you love me and only me, and you out here entertaining other people. Like, you need to fight that temptation. Right? Like, you gotta fight that temptation. You're a grown man, you're a grown woman, you are responsible for your own choices at the end of the day.
At least
stop blaming other people.
I don't agree with it myself, because I love you. You're enough for me in every aspect. You're enough to deal with. But this new trend of polyamorous relationships, at least people are being open and honest.
At least people are being open and honest.
Everybody in the relationship knows what's going on.
Thank you. That's the difference between having a relationship, a polyamorous relationship, and having a side chick. Because if everybody is cool with it, everybody know what's going on, everybody know what's being brought to the table, then perfectly fine.
As long as everybody knows what's going on.
As long as everybody knows what's going on.
Chick 1 knows about Chick 2, then we're good.
Like Superfly, when they were like, the 3 of them were in a relationship with each other. Like, it's not just
Superfly, the dumb movie. I gotta watch that.
Look, great, but it wasn't just, all right, here's Superfly and here's his 2 girls.
Here's his main chick, and he's got another chick in Mexico that he's also dealing with.
You know, it was like, no, all 3 of them knew about each other. All 3 of them loved each other. All 3 of them were together. Like,
they all count their money together.
And I feel like people use polyamory as an excuse to have a side chick. And that's not what it is.
Not what it is. Those aren't side chicks. Those are both of your woman. They are each other's woman. Like everybody is in this relationship. Together. Like, it's just like this mic stand. They got 3 feet all holding each other up.
And that's what a true, honest polygamous relationship is. No, polyamory and polygamy is the same thing. Okay. I don't understand it. I understand that people have faults and issues, but and it's even different if it's like a one-time thing. Mm-hmm. Like, the whole Snapchat incident was a one-time thing. Mm-hmm. That's cool. You work on it and you move forward. Yeah. However, having a whole dedicated side chick is not a one-time thing. That's you going back to it. That's another girlfriend. So how about you just start dating instead of saying, here's my girlfriend and here's my chick on the side. Like,
as y'all can see, I didn't try hard. She had all of my passwords. She can get into it. Literally, I did not try. It's a lot of work. I don't really know how people are dedicated to this. deleting messages every day, knowing which apps to go to, making sure your schedule matches up, so there's no open time.
How about just looking over your shoulder constantly? If I'm asleep, I want to be asleep. I don't want to be asleep worrying about if you want to look at my phone or what, or if I delete my messages. Like,
I hope this person doesn't text me at 3:00 in the morning and my significant other sleeping next to me and sees it.
I'm not saving nobody's number in my phone as Pizza Hut so they don't get it, so that I get hot.
How are you? They don't text.
How are you texting Pizza Hut?
Like, text back Pizza
Hut. I just. Yeah, it's not, and I don't get it. I just feel like you don't have to have a side chick or a side dude at all. You can either be out here dating, or you can let everybody know what's up and allow them to make that decision.
Like, that's how you end up with these polyamorous. You never know what they'll actually be interested in. You never know what they'll actually be willing to sacrifice. Like, who knows? You might end up dating a bisexual chick who wants, or a bisexual dude who is okay with having another partner. Like, let's be one big happy relationship.
Let's be one big happy relationship. But once you take that choice away from people, that's where I feel like that's where the issue lies, and that's when I don't.
When you start making people look stupid, at least for me, that's where the issue lies. Like, nobody. If you're dedicating and you're in this relationship, nobody should be surprised.
No, about anything.
There should be no surprises. No. Unless, oh, here's some flowers.
Good surprises.
Good surprises. But yeah.
So.
I never understand them, but hey. Somebody likes being called a side chick. There's somebody out there that likes being called a side chick.
If there's anybody out here listening who likes to be called a side chick, take all offense, but baby, go get therapy. You need help. Like, you can't. You. There's no way. There's something that you're lacking and something you're unhappy with in yourself. Even me, when I was, like I said, I was messing with my ex while he had a girlfriend at one point in time, and that was because I had self-esteem issues and I wasn't okay and happy with myself. And once I worked on that, I was like, I was dumb. Like, what was I doing that for?
This was fun while it lasted. I'm moving on now.
Like, but you have to be honest and real with yourself. And, like, it was like, all right, cool. Yeah, this was like, it was fun. I'm not going to lie. It was fun. But at one point.
Am I going to get my butt whooped today or not?
Oh, please. Oh, please. It was fun, but it wasn't sustainable. Like, I can't.
That wasn't gonna last forever.
It wasn't gonna last forever. And once I started to develop feelings for people, I developed feelings hard.
Facts.
So it's like, if I can't come to you when I'm having a crap day and tell you about my day, call you at 3:00 in the afternoon,
at any time,
that's a problem for me.
If you gotta tell me, don't come over at 6, come out at 8, she'll be at work at 8.
Like, that's not okay with me. However, there was one point in that situation. I'm gonna stop putting all my business out there, but I don't really care.
This is your podcast. This is your business.
I know, right? But I mean, there was even one point in that situation where it was like we was all sharing nudes and sharing pictures with each other. Like, it wasn't just side. It started out as like a side thing, but
you might think you were taking his attention away from her. They were just working you.
I know.
They were just trying to work you into a nice little 3-way there.
Yeah.
Flattery.
Flattery?
You should be flattered. They were flirting with you.
I think so. But the whole incident where I went over to his house, that was after we had supposedly called it off. And my bad. I got hit with the okie doke anyway. Like, I was like, take me home. Like, I came over here for one thing.
Man, that's hilarious.
But, I mean, you just got to be honest with yourself. You got to be honest with yourself. And, like, it's okay to hurt people. It's okay to say, I'm not feeling this. That's fine. You have to own up to it. Just don't hide stuff. And don't hurt people's feelings.
Yeah.
I mean, okay. No, let me not say that. Because at the end of the day, people's feelings.
If you're being honest and you're going
be honest.
Like,
Just be honest about it.
End up hurting somebody's feeling. Like, I think that's the biggest thing I feel like anybody should take away from if anybody's having this discussion.
Mm-hmm.
Don't lie. Be open and honest, because at the end of the day, that will free you up.
Yeah.
That will free them up. And that might show the real colors of the third party. Maybe all they wanted was to date somebody who was in another relationship.
Right.
Maybe they get their rocks off by doing that. So maybe as soon as you break up with them, they're like, oh, no, not interested in you.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the thing, though. Like, dudes and or females who just start a relationship, it's like a smell or a scent gets off. Where it's like, they're in a relationship. They're more attractive than they were when they were single. Let me go holler at them.
It's the idea of you always want what you can't have.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
And it's just like, I don't know. I can't wrap my head around the infidelity part of it.
Mm-hmm.
And like I said, I was a kid when this stuff happens. I was a freshman in college. And it was like, again, I wasn't honest with myself. Like, I was, for real, I was going back and messing with my ex because it was comfortable. It was what I knew.
What you knew.
It was what I knew. It was familiar. And I was afraid to introduce and open myself up to new people. So I was like, I'm going to go back to what I know. But at the end of the day, that was still an issue with me.
Right.
It wasn't... That was an issue with me. And I think the more people are honest with themselves and the more people are like, okay, here's what I need to work on. Here's what I need to focus on. Here's why I seek this attention from somebody who is involved with somebody else. Then that's when you can heal and learn to be better.
Mm-hmm.
If you like being with somebody that's in a relationship, at least make it so that all parties know what's going on.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah. Yeah, this conversation can go on for forever.
It really can, but I just, at the end of the day, people, just be honest with somebody else.
When it comes to relationship, I think that makes or breaks it. Definitely honesty.
And don't rush things. Don't rush the talking stage. Don't rush the dating stage.
Like,
don't rush.
When you decide to commit to somebody, commit to that person.
Yes.
If it doesn't work out 2-3 weeks down the line, 4 or 5 months down, break up with them.
A year or two, because let's be for real. You can be with people for a year and then not wake up one day, but you can be with somebody for a year and then things happen and you're like, okay,
I realize that this isn't long term. Like,
no, and
this
that's
was fun for this year.
Fine.
You've changed as a person in the year. They might not have. They might have. And if they did change, they might have changed it to somebody you didn't want to be with.
Yeah.
Like, honesty hurts, but it's freeing.
You'll be better for it.
The truth sets you free. All right.
I'm ready to be free.
About to go take this walk.
Yes, go take a walk. It's so nice outside. I'm ready to be free, like the birds, and take a walk outside.
That's why we married. So we ain't got to worry about nothing else now.
And I mean, we honest with each other about what we want.
Yeah.
So
we've learned. We had our rocky phase.
Yeah, but we grew and became better from it.
We grew and became better. Look, relationships are always a work.
Always, and you don't stop working.
No.
But
at some point, you coast.
Yeah.
I think we're in our coasting phase right now. We're still in our honeymoon phase, as they say.
For right now.
But
it's not like works. I'm not trying to get into another topic, but
no, we're winding down.
But it's not like work isn't still being done, even in the honeymoon phase. Yeah. Because honestly, with both of us working from home like all week, it's an adjustment. Mm-hmm. I'm dealing with my depression and mental illness while also trying to figure out how to keep you happy. And then we're trying to learn we're trying to define the norms of our relationship norms.
Yeah.
And it's like, what works for us may not work for somebody else. But we're still getting to learn, and we're still getting to massage out the kinks, essentially. Readjust. Yeah. So, and I feel like we'll be doing that forever. Once we start to have kids, we'll have to readjust our relationship to accommodate our kids.
I think before we end, just for me, this is good practice for when we have kids. Because I say that because I've always liked my alone time.
Yes.
And being in this quarantine and being in this house or apartment, I don't have my alone time no more.
But
that is I get it. You do try to let me, and I appreciate that. But a month into this, I'm not really worried about it anymore.
Yeah.
Like being in the house 7 days a week, 24/7 with each other. It was rough those first 2 weeks, but now I'm like
chilling.
We're coasting.
Yeah.
So once we have kids, and I know that's never gonna have alone time anymore, unless I'm on the toilet, and probably not even then.
I mean, you're gonna make alone time.
Oh,
we gonna make alone time.
But me.
No, but I think we should make that a priority.
Yeah.
Just and mental health wise, I think we should make it a priority, because it's like you have the label added. Yes, you have the label husband added and the label father added, but you're still Peter.
It will be added, but yeah, I am still Peter.
Yeah, you're still Peter. At the end of the day, you still need to have that sense of individuality and sense of who you are, and that's where I think that's why we should continue to make alone time a priority. Mm-hmm. I'll take one Saturday out of the month. I'll take the kids, leave you in the house by yourself. You do whatever you want to do all day.
Yeah.
And vice versa.
Same, yeah. No, I get it. We'll get there. We'll work it out.
I mean, we'll always be learning and adjusting.
Yeah. It's a journey.
It is. Relationships in general are a journey, whether it's talking or whether it's dating or whether it's boyfriend, girlfriend. Mm-hmm. Learn as you go along and stop entertaining these skanks. And skanks is a gender neutral term.
All right, audience.
Bye, guys.
It's been real.